Hello everyone, and I hope you're doing well. It's gonna be the first video I've put out since Bimbo Barbarella passed. It's been difficult, but today or last night, this morning, I got probably the most sleep I've had in a couple weeks. So I'm grateful for that. But it's so weird. You get that. Sometimes you get a lot of sleep and then you have no energy. That's me today. So I'm filming this on Friday, so I feel somewhat productive again. Then I have to get to cooking dinner. So, and I need to harvest some things for that. I'm going to make some Egyptian moussaka. We'll have steak and maybe some roasted potatoes. So let's get on the garden tour. I have a surprise. I was shocked. So let's check this out. Excuse my little mess over here. We don't, it's Georgia, so it's so hot. So stuff goes crazy in the yard, things that need more attention, but I'm not going to get out here in 100-degree weather and pressure wash and do all that stuff. So weed areas that need to be taken care of. So yeah, my yard's a little messy right now, and it's 2 acres. It's a lot to manage. So here's my green stalk. Again, I've been trying to water it better. The pak choi is still coming up. Got a little thyme trying to come up and some Swiss chard and, I still need to, we're still hitting 80s and 90s, so I want to get some cilantro planted soon. But this was my surprise. So I planted these little zinnias here, and they've been cute. I should have cut some of them way earlier. But check this out. I had a lemon in here, and I was tired of bringing it in and out, in and out, in and out every year. I had it for 5 years or so, and it never bloomed. And it gets a good amount of sunlight where I put it. So last year I just cut it off and left the root ball in it. And, I left it out over winter. Of course, it died back. I left the root ball in it, and I was surprised to see it come back. That's so crazy. So I guess I'll be leaving it outside again, and maybe just leave it in the sun a little bit more next year and see if it comes back. But I don't know. It's kind of a novel thing at this point since I've not had any luck. But again, I haven't fertilized it either. So since it was planted, it's been 5 or 6 years since I've had that lemon tree. So I've got all these daisy mums here. They're about to explode. I saw Renee's Gardening Adventure. She was at a nursery and they had those. They are so nice and prolific. They moved here with me from my other house. This is a filbert. This is a hazelnut. You can see it's blooming now. We'll see. I don't know that I'll get any nuts off of this. They say to have 2, but I don't know if this is 2 in 1 or what the deal is here. But it did bloom last year too. But I think it produces better when it has another mate. And I've been looking for them. It was a Tractor Supply DeGroot product, one of those in a box. And I had 2. Chris mowed down the other one. He's good at that. I don't know how many hydrangeas he's mowed down over the years. Oh my gosh. But anyway. All right, here we go. Look at this. This squash is coming up like crazy. A new one that I'd planted. I've got plenty of jalapenos still coming out. Now, I haven't used that yeast sugar water mix in a while. I'm so ready for this poblano. Look at that. Oh, I love poblanos. I stuff them with rice and meat, and I'm crazy. I like raisins and nuts in mine. Oh, look, I got a lot of ants over here. I watered like crazy yesterday, so I watered for, I'm going to say like 5 hours or so. But let me get some of this. I need some eggplant for dinner tonight. So, if you can see me here, I'm going to get this one. It's a nice one there. Let's see. I don't need much. I have a lot of this already frozen. And normally I use canned San Marzano tomatoes. There's another one I just got. There's my basil's coming back like crazy. I'm going to pinch this rosemary here. Make it branch out a little bit. Do a chop and drop action here. So, yeah, I'll just chop that and put it in. That cleans up that rosemary nicely. I have blooms, more eggplants coming in and blossoms coming in here. So, and of course the tomatoes are still, these cherry tomatoes are still going nuts. I got to get Chris out here. I can get some of these low ones, but most of them are up high. And really a lot of them are on the other side of the kennel there. So I've got these two lovely, there's my hand, lovely eggplant for dinner. A lot more tomatoes here. You know, they're about spent. They're about spent. And these beans, I'm kind of done. You can see how much. So when we filled these beds, we had logs and stumps and, you know, anything we could find out of the yard that we put in here. And we also put in wire mesh to keep the moles from coming up through here. But you can see, like this year, it's deteriorated a lot. I'm surprised because I knew we'd have to fill it, but I didn't think it would sink this much because I think it was about, you can see the dirt line there. It was about an inch-ish from the top, the beginning of the season. So, and when did I build these? I built these right at the beginning of COVID because I was supposed to have surgery. And I needed to garden, to continue to garden. So I built these before my surgery. And then it was canceled for a year. But I had these lovely gardens. So, and I did have the surgery. So I'm just going to pull, I have some other peppers. I'm just going to go ahead and pull an extra green one. I have some store-bought. I have another pepper from the garden here. But yeah, the San Marzanos, look, they're still putting out up here. Even this is a Jet Star. I keep trying to get it to go over here. And it's a little, okay, there we go. I might get a couple more. I should do that fertilizer again. I ripped off, you can see a bunch of the squash. I harvested 2. Well, I harvested 3. 1 rotted. Even though they passed the scratch test, 1 did rot. These are gonna go to the birds or whatever. Or back in the garden. This garden also needs a top off on soil once we get everything harvested. But these sweet potatoes have gone wild. Wild. And this bed too will need a top off before we do our winter thing. Whenever that's going to happen. I don't know. Depends on where all my root vegetables are. Now this stuff was brought here. This is used in arrangements. And this was brought here by birds, I imagine. And some Well, I made a big mistake. I found it out in my yard over here, and I thought, oh, I want to save it and make sure that it doesn't die. So I put some accidentally in my, not accidentally, on purpose in my garden. And then I read that it can cause liver, can poison the liver. So needless to say, when it started popping up the next year, I got it the heck out of there. But now it's on the side, so I need to make sure I chop this off before, you know, it'll put out those little parachute seeds, and they go everywhere. So I'll need to take care of those at some point. So let me get this settled back down here. Well, you know, I have a lot of new subscribers, and I'd like to thank you for, you know, subscribing to my channel. And once I get done doing this memorial for my friend Bimbo Barbarella, who is a fellow YouTuber, we did a lot of collaborations together, even though she lived in Florida. I've traveled down there several times. She's been up here. So once I get through this, I'll start putting out videos more regularly. I have a lot that I haven't edited, so there's that. I have a lot in the vault, and they're recent. They're not old stuff that I'm just going to pull out. It was intentional content. I kind of like to do things intentionally or things helpful. So this guy is still kicking it. And you know what's amazing is, like, it must be effective. We haven't seen any deer. Haven't had any more problem. But what's funny is I run this sprinkler and it activates that thing. It's crazy. But it's held up so well. It's amazing. I told Chris we need to buy more before the end of the season. Look at these zinnias. They've gone crazy. Loving that. I need to get the one with the seed right now. And I still have these jet stars. They're cranking here. Let's zoom in on those. I'm not going to jump the fence today. But yeah, there's even one hanging off the side here. But I'll get some, and there are a bunch of San Marzanos over here. And then there's a new cucumber that's coming up. So that's pretty cool. I guess I should have brought my scissors out to get that seed. Okra is still okraing. It hasn't been great. Something came out here and ate the leaves. So the deer have been back in here. Oh yeah. Is it deer? Looks like something a bit bigger, to be honest with y'all. See that? Does that look like a print there? Do you see what I'm talking about? Let me get my glasses on. Oh my gosh. So I have you on a tripod and it's kind of obscuring my view here. Look at that. They got eaten. But look, does that look like right there? Looks like a big print. And over there too. Like closer to it. Hey, we've been known to get bear here. And I see some kind of big, I don't know, it looks like something's been digging maybe though. I don't know, maybe an armadillo? Huh. Interesting. Well, there we go. And we've got some organic soil still sitting. It's just now getting cooler. But like I said, it's going to be up in the 80s and 90s again. So, for those of you who didn't know Bimbo Barbarella, when she came here, it was blueberry season and blackberry season. And she came out here and loved eating all these berries to her heart content, you know. But she always had a great imagination, was a great storyteller, and funny as heck. And she could improv. Chris compares her to Johnny Carson, because something could happen that would just throw a lot of people off, and she would make it hilarious or amusing, or, you know, it was always so much fun. It's a big spot in my life. But I'm glad we have videos to remind us of all that humor. I've been watching some. They're funny as heck. She's definitely had me laughing. But yeah. This orange isn't going to bloom this year. Maybe next year. And like I said, we lost one apple of 4. I probably won't ask for a refund for that, just simply because, you know, the heat. It's kind of not DeGroote's fault. You know, definitely the weather, but look at this. The mulberry, it's about done. That's the white mulberry. It's always the first to lose everything. It's the first to come back in the spring, and it's the first to fruit. Hey, y'all. You must be ready for some grub or grubs. So, yeah. Chicago Hardy fig. Best fig ever, in my opinion. Oh no, the canes on the blackberry look a little thin this year. That may just be me. I don't know. But I have plenty. There's no doubt about that. Even if I have half of what I normally get, I'll have plenty. See, so this is the red mulberry. And still has quite a few leaves on it. So, definitely some color. And the pawpaws really starting to drop now. I'm definitely ready for some cooler weather. I don't know what happened here, but I think that whole thing is dead. Yeah, we haven't mowed the lawn but like once in 4 weeks. It's been nice not having to mow every week, but man, we need the rain, we need the water. So, yep. Now the persimmon's starting to change. Look at the color on that. It's lovely. And when it has the orange fruit on it, oh. Especially when everything's died and it's just the orange fruit and no leaves on it. So I've seen more snake activity. Well, just in the last couple months, but I'll say I'm happy to see them. And there's big black snake and rat snakes. I've seen the indigos. So happy to see them. Because we have a mole problem, number 1. And number 2, this area has a lot of copperheads. So all those snakes, take care of those. In fact, there was a story this week. One of the Georgia stations, one of the parks, I guess, they found a black snake, and they captured it. They were going to tag it. And we're going to tag this snake, and it regurgitated a rattlesnake. And was it a rattlesnake or a copperhead? And another black snake. I believe, or a rat snake, one of the two. So, about an hour later, the rattlesnake kind of came back to life. It recovered. Yeah, crazy story. If you Google it, Georgia black snake or something, tag, regurgitation, I don't know. Yeah, it'll probably, and then click on the news tab of Google. I use that tab a lot. And yeah, you'll be able to find the story. But yeah, that's it for the garden right now. I don't know. I keep thinking about a winter garden. Do I want to? Do I not want to? Do I want to just do something more concentrated in these beds, like carrots, beets? I don't know. I love greens, though. Maybe I'll just do a greens bed. I don't know. And then I've got some pots. I'm going to plant some sugar snap peas. So anyway, that's where we are right now. So if you aren't doing anything, Saturday the 28th at 8 o'clock p.m., that's when we'll be doing a live memorial for Bimbo Barbarella music program. And I'm going to try to broadcast it on different channels. Still haven't found the solution I'm looking for on that, so we'll see what happens there. But for right now, it's set for my channel. And hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. And also Mark Kropka, he's doing his music pirate radio show. So Mark Kropka, Pirate Radio. Mrs. Hopkins will also be there. So check her out, Mrs. Hopkins 73. And let's see what else we got coming up. I guess I could tell you about some of my videos coming up, and I'm going to try and get it out before it's on TV. I don't know when they'll make it available for the public on the internet. Maybe the same day, but I went to Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday bash. Let me tell you, amazing, amazing performers. Problem was, well, you'll see what happens. So, but no, it was a great time. And when it comes out, they're going to show it on PBS October 1st. Since Jimmy Carter, of course, couldn't be there in person, they're going to air it on the public broadcasting here, and he'll be watching it live not live, but when it comes on air on his birthday, October 1st. So happy 100th birthday, Jimmy Carter. He's really done so much for humanity. Yeah, he makes me proud as a Georgia resident. So for all of his efforts, I didn't know, like he 99.9% eradication of guinea worm, river blindness. He's been really huge in helping to curb incidences of that. Of course, Habitat for Humanity and the Habitat for Humanity Restore, and just an incredible life this man has led. And I was surprised at all the people that showed up and did even video happy birthday wishes for him. So I was really surprised at the lineup there. Oh, and Renee Zellweger was there live. So that was very sweet. But anyway, y'all take care and take it easy. Love y'all. Bye.